Welcome back to Sasquatch Family TV. Thank you so much once again for joining us here. And the excitement continues. I am very, very happy that Meghan won her court case against the Daily Fail. I'm very, very happy. The happiness continues till today. And guys, we all have a stake in Meghan's court win over the Mail on Sunday. Each and every single one of us here at Sasquatch Family TV in the UK and across the world, we all have a stake in Meghan's court win over the Mail on Sunday. The Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, has made it clear that this is not the end of her fight against tabloid culture. Now, after years of Meghan being accused of not playing the media game, a game that led to the death of Princess Diana, cheating royal correspondents by not telling them when she went into labor. Those are some of the allegations placed against her by royal correspondents. Imagine bullying a woman while she's pregnant and then asking her to tell you when she's going into labor. Can you imagine? I just want you to take a moment and just think about that. Just think about that. Those are just some of the examples. And then having the temerity to avoid photographers when she came out. It was unsurprising. Perhaps that Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, victorious in the latest battle of her fight with the Mail on Sunday, denounced it as a game played with no rules. Today, 3 Court of Appeal judges applied some when they ruled that letters written to family members counted as personal, private, and not matters of legitimate public interest. What's more, and in a point that few media lawyers have argued with, the copyright of such letters always belongs to the author. I repeat, the copyright of such letters belong to the author. Meghan owns the copyright. It's a big win for the Duchess of Sussex, and it raises the question, why on earth did the Daily Mail continue to appeal against the judgment made against it earlier this year? Now, the Mail executives argued in court that Meghan was playing her own game with the press, knowing that her letter would be leaked, daring to disintermediate the Mail and other papers by putting statements out on social media. They refused to settle, and the response to the judgment suggests the appeal could go all the way up to the Supreme Court. The Daily Mail is being bitter that it lost the case against Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, a mixed-race woman. Not only did the group pursue its appeal and continue to publish stories about Meghan and Prince Harry in the intervening months, but just a few weeks ago, the Mail on Sunday editor who published the letters, Ted Verity, was elevated to run all print titles, as one sign of just how newsworthy he considered Meghan and Harry. His last front page, a Sunday editor splashed on the recent royal documentary, The Princess and the Press, while his first in charge of the Daily Mail mentioned it too. Look at these people working at the Daily Mail like Ted Verity. Prince Harry and Meghan have made it specifically clear that they will not engage with British tabloids, a zero engagement policy with British tabloids, carnival of so-called experts and pirates with press cards. They will not engage with them. But here they are plastering Harry and Meghan's face over the front pages to sell newspapers because they can't put Prince William and Kate Middleton's faces on the front page because they don't sell any newspapers. The only time they ever mention Prince William and Kate Middleton is when they are abusing Harry and Meghan. For Meghan herself, it was all part of the deception, intimidation, and calculated attacks by what she called a daily fail that profits from the lies and pain that they create. There's not getting away from the fact that Meghan excites strong opinion from supporters and detractors. This is a blessing as well as a curse. The fact that everyone seems to have a view encourages people to click on the stories about her. The more negative or scurrilous, the better. And that's the hate for profit business model that the Daily Mail employs against Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, or better yet, what we call them the Daily Fail. In his first interview since leaving GB News, published in the Daily Mail, Andrew Newell said the channel pushed constant themes to make a splash and win viewers. We hate migrants, we hate the NHS, we hate lockdown, and we hate Meghan Markle. That's the view from Andrew Newell. That's what they've been doing for so long, inciting hate towards a mixed-race woman for simply falling in love. Her history of tabloid headlines and their online iterations appear to have even taught newcomers that hate sells. Meghan refused to perform as the happy wife and new member of the royal farm, putting out her own statements and managing her own team. But she was quickly treated differently to her sister-in-law, the Duchess of Cambridge. Despite initial euphoria over Meghan as a breath of fresh air, it was as long ago as 2016 that Harry, a few days after his relationship to Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, became public, condemned the racial undertones of comment pieces about his then girlfriend. Now, last week in Amol Rajan's much-watched the debate, The Princess and the Press, in which we talked about Rachel Johnson, then Prime Minister's sister and a former Mail on Sunday columnist, gave an insight into Meghan's treatment when she admitted that when she wrote positively about Meghan, she got no reaction. Asked to explain what she meant by writing that this mixed-race woman was injecting some exotic DNA into the House of Windsor, she admitted that such a statement was culturally acceptable 4 years ago. Imagine saying that racism is acceptable. That's what Rachel Johnson, the Prime Minister's sister, is saying. But was it even 10 or 20 years ago? Of course not. At the very least, this suggests that Meghan has raised awareness about the sort of language that educated, successful people use without thinking. Boris Johnson, Rachel Johnson, a family that has really treated people of color very poorly, and they don't pretend about it. Racism is taught, and their father clearly taught them racism. She apparently wants to do more in a triumphant letter, which will no doubt annoy many journalists, also called Carnival of So-Called Experts. Meghan wrote, "What matters most is we are now collectively brave enough to reshape a tabloid industry that conditions people to be cruel and profits from the lies and pain that they create." The statement itself sends a signal, a sign of how Harry and Meghan want to change the relationship between the press and the monarchy. Consider that when Prince Charles successfully sued the Mail on Sunday for publishing his diaries in 2006, he said very little afterwards. There are broad themes here. It is no surprise that Prince Harry continues his legal complaint against those who hacked his phone, while more than 1,000 victims have already settled with the Daily Fail, the Mirror, and all the rest of the British tabloids. This is no longer just about money for Prince Harry and Meghan, and it has a broader significance for all of us. It's about what sort of society we want to see reflected in our media. We all, each and every single one of us, have a stake in that. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you Subscribe Family TV for joining us on our latest video. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below. Tell us what you think about this. We all have a stake in Meghans Court win over the Mail on Sunday. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below. With so much love for Subscribe Family TV. And stay tuned for our next video.